Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video I'm going to cover two teams that I did while on stream that I thought were pretty fun. The first one's pretty fun. Second one is maybe a little bit more of an expensive team. It's a little bit harder to get, but I think it's also pretty fun as well. This first one is a triple shadow ball. No, not shadow ball. Might as well be shadow ball, but triple weather ball team consisting of Ninetales, Abomasnow, and Politoed. Unfortunately, my Politoed doesn't have Legacy Earthquake. It's only like rank 400 something. So my Earthquake one I want to be a little bit better than that. So holding off on it. Plus I don't have any elite charge TMs. That's actually probably more of my actual reason here. So this is a pretty neutral matchup. Fortunately, I did lag at the beginning, which is not good for me. But I'm just gonna double shield here and look to farm down because I figured that they have an Azumarill and like some steel type in the back, so I want to maintain some sort of alignment. Unfortunately, they come Azumarill here. I decided to switch out here, mostly because I didn't want to get farmed down. And if I get farmed down and they have a shield, even if I do damage with Ninetales, I'm gonna lose the Abomasnow. So I decided it's better to switch out. I'm gonna bluff I have an Earthquake, which clearly doesn't work. And I'm gonna throw the Weather Ball. I'm gonna build up again. Look to try to bluff them one more time. Does not work. And I'm gonna keep throwing these weather balls here. And we're gonna weather ball. We're gonna weather ball. Okay, they threw, which is fine. Fine for me. And then what am I gonna do here? They switch out here to Skarmory. It actually worked out really well for me. Because I'm able to get to this weather ball. And one more fire spin. And this is actually a CMP tie. And this weather ball does so much damage to Skarmory. That like almost KO'd Skarmory from like 60% health. That's pretty crazy for a 35 energy move. And then now, because I knew they're out of energy, I'm just gonna look to farm down and then throw this energy ball at the Azumarill, and that's gonna be a GG. Oh, worked out perfectly fine for me. This is around the like 30 high 3200s elo range, just below the leaderboard basically. I switch out into Politoed, because obviously it would be really nice if I had Earthquake here, but unfortunately I don't. They shield. Probably what I should have done is they play rough me here. They're at one here. They need four more after this to get to the next play rough. Oh, so they're only one away. And then I think I try to throw again. Okay, so they have the move here. I debate maybe I should have shielded. So they're like 2 over. I debated whether I should shield there. And then I'm gonna shield this. And then I should have tried to farm a little bit more. So I should do 7, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I should have threw one more. But I'm like, this is pretty rough for me here. They unfortunately have if I would have threw one more, then I would have took one less fire spin there. I'm gonna transfer it, but now they're at quite a bit of energy here. I shield this because I thought it was gonna be a Shadow Bone here, but it's gonna end up being a Bone Club. It's pretty bad for me. I'm gonna throw the Weather Ball. And then they got a free Shadow Claw in while I'm just standing there, which is really unfortunate for me. And then because of that free Shadow Claw, I'm not able to finish off this Fire Spin, which really sucked there. And then I'm just short of KOing them. I don't think it made it too well. To be honest, I think I win that game if they don't get that extra Shadow Claw there. But that's the state of the game right now, unfortunately. Because the Energy Ball, actually, maybe the Energy Ball wouldn't KO here. I would probably have to get to 2 Weather Balls. yeah, that energy ball wouldn't have KO there. It was really tough and well played by my opponent. They basically played it perfectly there. Okay, so this is a good lead for me. They come into. I was really confused there. I was like, "What is that?" I thought it was gonna be a Pelipper, so I kind of like just held off because I didn't want to go into Abomasnow. I should have went to Abomasnow right away because that's really my only answer to Pelipper anyways. So I throw the Weather Ball here, and then I don't want to get hit by another move here, so I throw before they get to the another Ice Beam. They were actually just short of the Bubble Beam there, but I didn't want to take any risks. And then here comes Rapidash. Rapidash gets a pretty decent farm in. Obviously, I'm going to come Politoed here. So they're at 40 energy. So their moves are Drill Run and Flame Charge. I decided to no shield this because I know a Drill Run doesn't KO. And now they are at 35 energy now. And I'm going to throw 2 more here. And I get the extra Mud Shot through, which is great for me. So they're going to Flame Charge here. And then I'm going to switch here. I have a little bit of extra energy stored already. So I'm just going to throw this Weather Ball. I'm like, okay, I don't want to take any risks here. I'm able to take it out. And then this thing is so squishy, though, that this Fire Weather Ball actually ends up KOing the Rapidash from like a pretty sizable amount of HP. So, yeah. All right. This next game was pretty tough here. Okay. Well, obviously, a really good lead on my side. And then here comes. Okay, so I make a mistake here. I know there's Azu in the back. I know it, but I go into Abomasnow for some stupid reason here. I let the first foul play. No, did I shield this? I shielded it. And then I know I can beat them to the move. And then decided to let this go. I should have went into Politoed, and then I would have been perfectly okay. I would have had like perfect alignment there, but it's okay. This came down to a ridiculously close match here. I'm just gonna fall short of getting to the second Weather Ball. Really unfortunate for me, because that would have threatened a shield there. And then they come to Azu. 2, 3. Oh, thankfully they don't have Play Rough. So they have Hydro Pump. Right? So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're obviously building up a lot. And then, yeah, so it's 7, I think. 8, 9. They make a really nice play here. So then I'm gonna look to farm down. Very nice on my side. I tried to get an extra fire spin through. So if they throw the ice beam here, I'm in a huge trouble. They have to throw the hydro pump. And then I want to throw here to prevent the potential CMP tie. Or I want to be yeah, and then I'm able to KO here. They ice beam honestly would have been pretty close here, just because shadow, but I was able to just barely win that game. If they would have baited there, I would have lost. Obviously, if I would have like actually paid attention and went into Politoed, then I would have been okay too. But that's okay. It happens. So I know Rise is doing 90 unique, so I don't expect this to be like a full like meta team because he's using 90 unique Pokemon. And then Weather Ball here. I know what he's thinking here. He's thinking that, well, this I have a Ninetales. Of course, I'm going to shield. He ends up just popping me. And then this is another pop. Some reason I lost CMP here. Or I completed my move. I'm not really too sure here. But regardless, this is okay. And then he has Lantern, so I do have to stay into Abomasnow. And I go into Abomasnow, and I know he's going to throw a Hydro Pump. I really can't afford to shield. But maybe I could just shield there because there's for sure going to be a Hydro Pump. I just didn't know if he was going to switch. So I throw the Energy Ball here. And then he comes into Venusaur. So I have 2 shields. He has 2 shields. And at this point in time, I'm just going to throw these Weather Balls here. And then I'm going to switch. So he's at like 10, maybe 11. Okay. Let's shield this. So now he's at either 11 or 12. So he's either 1 away or he has it. And then I decide to throw the Weather Ball here. And I'm just going to shield this and look to. He's not going to be able to make it to another move. So, and off a pretty nice 4-1 run, put me over 3,300. This next team is very extensive. It's Medicham, Lickitung, and Stunfisk. So this is an okay matchup. I think this Lickitung is underleveled, I want to say. Yeah, it is definitely majorly underleveled. They go into Azumarill here. I go into Lickitung. I've always wanted to play this matchup. My Lickitung is a little bit underleveled. I think I need 2 more power-ups. So I throw the Power Whip here. Does a huge amount of damage. I'm going to let this go. Even if they Hydro Pump me, that's okay. They end up not having Hydro Pump, or else they would have definitely thrown it. So they Play Rough, obviously. So another Play Rough. And then they need 5 more for an Ice Beam. 2, 3. They throw 3 just before the 3rd bubble completes. Body Slam here. If I grab a shield, that's great. If I don't, I look down. I'm just barely able to look down. And then I Body Slam here. And they make an interesting play here by coming to Medicham and taking the Body Slam, which works out okay for me. I'm going to bait here because I built up a lot of energy. And then I throw the Psychic here, which they're likely not likely going to burn a shield here. It's because I built up so much energy already. I kind of have to shield this. I'm just really hoping it's not a Power Up Punch, or else I'll look really stupid here. It ends up being an Ice Punch. I'm going to Ice Punch just to grab this last shield. And I'm not going to shield now. I'm in a little bit of trouble. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build up to a Rock Slide. And then I'm going to switch here. And then Lickitung just lick damage just way too strong here. I'm going to shield here. Even if I don't shield, I still win this game very comfortably and able to throw the Earthquake and take out this Lickitung. Very nice. Obviously, I had a huge lead, and the Lickitung was underleveled, which certainly helped me in that matchup. A little bit surprising. Obviously, it's very poke strong. So this is a very very good battler. So I already know their team because I did a coaching session with them. But the problem is, so I really don't have an answer to Venusaur, and they play this like basically perfectly here. So I throw Lickitung actually has a really good counter swap matchup versus Pelipper, and most tanky things do that take neutral damage from Pelipper do. So throws on the CMP, which is very nice of them. Doesn't make too big a difference on my part here, and I'm not in much shot down range. I'm obviously in rock slide range. I commit to the Power Whip, and they throw on the CMP, which is very nice. And I already know what's coming. It's gonna be a Venusaur. So I thought about here. I actually don't know the matchup with Shadow Venusaur. So I throw a Rock Slide here, And each of these rock slides, actually, I looked this up after, it does about 40%. And so I no shield this because I'm gonna have to no shield one of them eventually. But maybe I should just double shield it. Or throw in the rock slide there. I go for the EQ here, but I really should just double rock slide it. I'm not really too sure here. So they're at 9, 11. All right. Shield this, obviously. Does probably slightly more than the Earthquake, even though Earthquake is a higher base power. Just the shadow bonus plus the higher attack. Okay, so here I thought about this. I really should just went for the Psychic. I looked at this up afterwards. Psychic does 7 more HP damage than the Ice Punch. I think this Ice Punch is like 30 HP, and then Psychic does, yeah, it does. That's definitely the way I should have went there. So I definitely had a chance to win the game there if I would have thrown the Psychic there instead of the Ice Punch. So well played game. Very very well played game. So here I go GFIS. And I throw the Earthquake here. And then, so obviously, Azu is actually kind of an okay matchup as long as you shield the right moves. So I shield the Hydro Pump. And then I go for the fast move sync here because I need not give up any turns in this. So they don't get a bubble through, which is really good for me. And I'm just barely able to get the Rock Slide before they're able to get to the Hydro Pump. And then I decide to, I'm just going to double shield here. That's just the way I'm going to do it. And they come into Ninetales here. Throw the Rock Slide. I debate on how to play this. So I decide I'm just going to switch out here into Lickitung. Obviously, I can't go to Medicham because Medicham obviously would just get straight up Dazzling Gleam. They throw the Dazzling Gleam at me. I throw at the end of the third Powder Snow there. I couldn't remember if it was 4 or 5 after the Dazzling Gleam for Powder Snow. So they come into Altaria here. Very familiar matchup. If you remember from Retro Cup, Lickitung has a pretty good matchup. Obviously, I'm really low on HP. So I throw the Body Slam here. I don't want them to farm up anymore. So I decide to switch here. And I'm only a few away from the Rock Slide. And unless they like Moonblast me here, which they don't have the energy for, I'm going to just barely live this and be able to land the Rock Slide and take the last shield, which is really critical for me. And wait the clock out. The thing is, I should be okay here because not the Moonblast or the other one will KO me. They try to catch the move, which is the appropriate play by them. But I was in a pretty safe situation here. The Sky Attack and Moonblast neither would do enough to KO me, so able to come back from an Azu lead there. A little bit unconventional. So here, kind of a tricky matchup between Venusaur and normally with Medicham I have Power Up Punch, so this is actually a little bit better of a matchup for me. So I throw the Ice Punch there. I get an extra counter through, which is really nice for this matchup. I decide to take it. Doesn't KO. And then I'm gonna shield this, and then go for the Psychic. If they don't shield, if they shield, I'm gonna go straight to GFIS because I expect this to be double steal, considering. But it ends up being something slightly different. It ends up being Sableye, so I already know it's in the bag. It's gonna be a Stunfisk, and we're in this matchup together, which is fine. I let this go. As you can see, I'm really contemplating. I get Earthquaked, which is actually okay, because if this was in the Zero Shield matchup, this would suck. But in the one shield matchup, the thing is like you can just go for another earthquake, right? There's no real harm here, right? And then you're gonna end up being the pretty much the exact same spot here, right? End up shielding a rock slide. They have a little bit more energy than me, but they could throw the rock slide, which I think what they were contemplating doing because they wanted energy on their they end up not throwing the rock slide because they want energy on their Sableye. But I can just switch out here, and this foul play. They need like 3 foul plays here, so foul play plus return is not going to be enough. Lickitung is just way too tanky here. So they do go for the return here. Someone said that they maybe could have went double foul play, but the thing is they wouldn't have been able to get to double foul play. So they went for what would have been their best option. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to be enough anyways. And I'm able to lick down and take out the Sableye. Just ridiculous. Like Lickitung is just so ridiculous. So I go to Lickitung here into Galvantula. And I'm looking to look to CMP tie, and I get the CMP tie, which is really what I want. And I throw the body slam. It is debuffed, and obviously from a really tanky Pokemon. They no shield this. They throw 1, they throw 2, and they come into G-Fist here, which is okay for me. Because I'm going to throw the Power Whip, which doesn't do that much. It's neutral anyways, and again, from a non-stab, I decided to no shield this. They have to earthquake me here. And if they decide to rock slide me, I would just switched out to Metacham. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to commit to the farm down. And I'm going to actually just shield this earthquake to preserve a little bit of health because it does more than the lunge. So I'm going to look to farm down. If they come back Stunfisk, this is just rock slide and only 5. If they come back Stunfisk here, no, not Stunfisk, Galvantula, I'll have 2 Ice Punches for them. They come back Cresselia. I'm gonna throw the Ice Punch anyways, and then I'm gonna switch here. So they make a mistake here. They have the lunge. They had the lunge after the first Volt Switch, but they decided not to throw it, which ended up being a little bit costly for them because if they would have been able to debuff my G-Fist, then would have been a way closer matchup. I'm gonna no shield here, and really I should just go straight rock slide here because they have 2 shields. But I decide, well, let's just go earthquake, and I go EQ straight up, and they decide to no shield this, and this game is basically over at this point in time because I can just straight rock slide. It doesn't KO, doesn't even come particularly close to KOing, but I would be able to cumulatively much shot down. Plus, like the grass knots are only neutral, and yeah, able to pull out some really nice wins with these 2 teams. Let me know what you think of these 2 teams. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.